Alright guys, what's up? Sam here. As you can tell, I went through kind of a big life change this weekend. I got married, and I actually wanted to show you guys my partner for the first time on camera. I got married to the game. Welcome back to another video. What's up guys? We don't have time for love here. We only have time for news. Just today, Apple confirmed the release date for the Apple Watch Series 7. We finally have some dates alongside some really dope images of what it actually looks like. And of course, we have an update on the M1X MacBook Pro, which is now expected to come out in less than a month. Lots of info there, so if you're excited, you guys know what to do. So what are you waiting for? If you're excited for today's video, drop a like down below. It seriously helps me and the channel out. And click that subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications so that you never miss a beat. Now, if you guys want the actual story for why I have all this stuff, make sure to tune into the new episode of Genius Bar going live tomorrow. But I want to kick this video off today with the M1X MacBook Pro.
The M1X MacBook Pro.
I feel like I have said that so many times, that singular phrase that just makes me bricked up at the slightest mention. And that's because I'm planning for this to become my main computer for all my videos, all my work, for my website Apple Track, and for good reason. It's not just a computer, it's going to be what I believe the realized promise of Apple Silicon is for. The M1X chip will be essentially twice as powerful as the M1, but it's going to be in the body of redesigned 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pros with an SD card slot returning an HDMI port, and of course mini LED displays, and even MagSafe. Even MagSafe is coming back. Not to mention the touch bar is going away. Thank you. I hate the touch bar. Please don't make me ever see it again. No, I'm excited for this MacBook Pro because Apple is just fixing everything that I disliked and complained about, and that hundreds of thousands of other people also complained about for last generation. And Bloomberg's Mark Gurman in his Power On newsletter has confirmed this, saying that the new MacBook Pros will be ready to launch in a month, okay, or within the next month. And technically he said this on October 3rd or 4th, so I mean it could go all the way up till November 3rd is when the latest we could see this MacBook Pro. From Apple themselves though, they've also hinted at the new MacBook Pro coming, because in the latest macOS Monterey beta, which macOS Monterey being the new version of macOS, Beta 7 introduced some interesting new screen resolutions. Steve Moser over at Mac Rumors was doing some digging and found two new resolutions, 3456 by 2234 Retina and 3024 by 1964 Retina, and these don't add up or correspond or equal any current or previous Apple display ever made. For context, these new screen resolutions are quite a bit bigger than the current MacBook Pros that we currently have, which again lends evidence that the 14 and 16-inch models are coming with mini LED displays. But more than just the resolution increasing, because that's one thing, the density of pixels per inch is also going up, and that's what makes a display actually look sharp. That's when you put your eye close up to it, why you can't really see the LED panel behind it, or in this case, mini LED, because mini LED is coming. Honestly, I've kind of been writing the mini LED displays off on here just because I wasn't that excited, but now that we have the concrete numbers for what these are going to be like, yeah, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be like, I think the best screen probably on a laptop, so stay tuned for more. This MacBook is crazy. But for all intents and purposes, that MacBook Pro is launching in October, which means the October event is real and the October event is happening, and that means that invites could be coming any day now. As we talked about in a previous video, the rumored date for Apple's October event is Tuesday, October 12th, which if that does end up being the case, today is Monday, October 4th, which means we would see invites tomorrow on Tuesday, October 5th. Yet as we've gotten closer, I was expecting another source or sources to come out and say, yeah, it's definitely going to be October 12th, and we just haven't gotten that. So I'm not 100% convinced of October 12th. It's just like it lines up with Apple's marketing promotions that it would or could be the 12th. So either way, the event should be announced within like 2 weeks at this point, which is obviously pretty dope. Less than 30 days away from the MacBook Pro. I am excited saying that. I cannot wait to get my hands on that product. And something else that I was initially not excited for that I am now is the Apple Watch. Like, hear what I had to say when it first got announced, when the hype was at its peak. Essentially, everything new this year is a commodity, and there is no major feature. Like, even last year we got blood oxygen, which sounded major, and this year it looks a little bit different, like a little bit. We thought it was going to be rounded rectangle like the iPhone. No, it's the same rounded design that we've had, but with a larger display due to thinner bezels. The battery life hasn't gotten better since 2015. I am excited for it. I am going to get this still. That being said, I just I just feel like they're running out of ideas. That's my hot take. That's my fresh take. And yeah, I'm kind of seeing through all the hype this year. To say the least, I was not too impressed because functionally, based off of what Apple has shown us, there are essentially two upgrades. One is the more durable display, and two is the bigger display that it curves on the edges and it's new glass there. This on top of the fact that Apple didn't even give us a release date. They said it's coming later this fall. Well, today in a press release from Apple themselves, they have confirmed what time, when and where you can pre-order and when this device is launching. And I don't want to say that you may have heard this date from my site Apple Track a few days ago, but you did. It's October 8th. Apple said the pre-orders begin at 5 a.m. PDT, which is so early, dude. I'm in peak REM at 5 a.m. PDT. But you can bet my happy ass will be there at 5 a.m. PDT or 7 a.m. Central Standard Time to pre-order the watch because stock is pretty highly constrained this year. And basically, if you want to watch anytime for the next couple months, you probably want to wake up and order it. Just a pro tip, a heads up for this product specifically. But it's also completely fair to say I don't care about the watch. There are two upgrades as you mentioned, and I felt that way until we saw these fresh images published just the other day from Mac Rumors. Reportedly, these were first published in some kind of a Facebook group and then deleted, but Mac Rumors obtained them, and you can see a number of differences right away. Like one, how much larger the screen is and how wild the curvature and warping is on the edges. Apple's images obviously make that very clear that that is a thing, and it does look pretty cool, especially when you combine it with particular watch faces. But the larger UIs, the bigger screens, I didn't think there was a bezel issue with the Apple Watch until I saw these images, and then I was like, oh, it can get slimmer. Like the new watch looks really, really nice. I don't know, it just looks more dramatic than I was expecting. It's a bit more intense, which I think is good. I'm happy that the physical change looks more different than I thought. My biggest takeaway here is just that the design is a bit more striking than I thought, and the visual upgrade, it catches your eye more than I think Apple's own images do. There's something about it. I saw this immediately and I was like, oh, that's the new watch. What I was most interested to see though was the new keyboard. Apple is marketing this as a flagship feature that for the first time ever on Apple Watch, there is a full size, full screen width keyboard where you can tap around or swipe to type your messages a bit easier. And albeit, while it's pretty cramped, it definitely looks better than I thought. I mean, I think you could actually type these letters. I'm sure the software they've got on here will have some pretty good autocorrect functionality. And as somebody who wears my watch every day and struggles to type text messages sometimes by swiping currently, this seems like a pretty big upgrade if you text on your watch a lot. And the settings app even gives you a pretty good look at how much larger the UI is and how you can see a decent amount of content on screen now. Definitely, I mean, more if I go to settings right here in my watch. Yeah, it's a decent upgrade. All right, so I'm obviously going to be upgrading this. I want to hear your thoughts. Do these images change your mind? Are you bored of the watch? Are you planning to upgrade to the Series 7? Anyway, guys, that's all for today. Check out the podcast tomorrow. Gonna be a spicy one, and I'll see you soon. All right, peace out. Bye.